Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for being here. If you could all make your way in and take your seats, please. At this time, we'd like to get everything started this morning. On behalf of Clarkston Community Church, I want to welcome you. My name is Jeff Black. I'm the worship pastor here. And thank you for coming to the 32nd Annual Clarkston Community Awards event. And on behalf of our entire staff and the CCC family, we are so excited that each and every one of you are here. And we're so excited to be a part of this great community of Clarkston. And so welcome. We're glad you're here for the breakfast. Today, the reason we're here is to honor people and organizations that have made special contributions to the health and the well-being of our community. And really, we're all so blessed to live in a great community. Aren't you glad to live in Clarkston? Isn't it a great place to live? Yeah, that's right. But you know, great communities don't just happen by accident. What does it take to truly make a community great? Now, I know it's early, but I'm going to go a little deep on you guys, okay? A little maybe Tolkien deep. How many of you are familiar with the book The Hobbit? Or if you're like me, you didn't read the book, you watched the movie, a couple years ago. But it's a great quote, so many of you are familiar with it. Gandalf the Grey was asked why he chose Bilbo Baggins, a halfling from the Shire, to be a part of this great quest. And this is what Gandalf said. Some believe it is only great power that can hold evil in check, but that is not what I have found. It is in the small, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. Small acts of kindness and love. Why Bilbo Baggins? Perhaps it's because I'm afraid, and he gives me courage. Isn't it great to think that what makes our community great is not great powers that be, but really just the love that ordinary folk like us show each other each and every day. And when we step out in love and we step out to serve others and do these random acts of kindness, we give other people courage. And so today, this is what we're here to do, is honor some men and women who have made that their goal and their mission to love and to serve others. So we're blessed that you're here. We're so thankful that you're going to take part in today's breakfast. And at this time, would you stand with me? And we're going to start off this morning by saying our Pledge of Allegiance. So if you'd face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Today's a special day, and we're here to honor so many folks. But even before we pray, I'm sure many of you have seen on the news just the tragedy over in England. And I'd like to take a moment of silence just in honor of the victims of that tragedy. God, we are grateful to be here this morning. We're so blessed that we can be alive and that you've given us another day. And I thank you for the opportunity to gather here with great people to enjoy a breakfast honoring men and women and young people who make our community great. But we know that it's only through you and your encouragement that makes anything great. And so, God, as we honor those, may your presence fill this room and bless this place. Lord, may you bless the food that we're about to eat and just guide our conversations and bless this morning. And Lord, for those that are hurting across the world and many tragedies that are going on, I just pray your protection, your love, and your comfort be on each and every one of them. So today we can truly celebrate the freedoms that we have, the joy that it is to live in a great community and be under your protection and your care. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, breakfast is going to be awesome, and it's going to be served buffet style. Someone's going to come around in a few moments and release you by table, and in the meantime, we just hope you enjoy the conversation and enjoy breakfast. All right, I hope everyone enjoyed breakfast this morning. Everyone having a great time so far? Good. Excellent. I'd like to thank Brioni's and their staff for a great breakfast. Thank you for serving us. Let's give them a hand, everybody. Thank you, Brioni's. This morning, we're going to celebrate the individuals and organizations that have made Clarkston a stronger and healthier community. And you'll see those 7 categories listed and explained in your program, if you want to grab those. You'll also see the names of our Community Awards Committee in your program as well. If you are on the committee, though, would you please stand, and we'd like to honor you and thank you for being a part of this community and what makes it happen. So, Awards Committee, yeah, thank you. I'll tell you what, it takes a great team to put an event like this on, and it's like a well-oiled machine. Every year it gets better and better. Thank you so much, committee. Also, we have a special selection committee. These are people who read all of the nominations and select our 7 awardees. They're also in your program as well, but would you please stand and let's thank them for all of their work as well. We also have several community servants here with us today to present proclamations. On behalf of Independence Township, we have our Township Supervisor, Pat Kittle, if you'd make your way up to the stage at this time. And also on behalf of the City of Clarkston, our City Manager, Jonathan Smith. Jonathan, if you'd also make your way up to the stage. On behalf of our State Representative, Jim Tedder, we have Terry Nalamothu, and she's here with us today as well. Terry, if you'd make your way up. And finally, we also have Jordy Kramer representing Oakland County. Let's give these folks a hand as they make their way up today. Thank you for being here. And thank you all again for being here and taking part. And today, we're going to be presenting the information about each contestant or each award winner on our video screen here. So let's, without further ado, let's go ahead and move into our videos. Our first award is for Citizen of the Year. Please watch this.
Citizen of the Year, sponsored by LaFontaine Automotive Group. This award recognizes individuals who have given their time, energy, and talents to improve our community. Rich Little. Rich is a longtime Independence Township resident and retired businessman who moved to the village of Clarkston in 2015. He is a role model for those wanting to have an immediate and positive impact on their new community. Rich promptly became involved with the Village of Clarkston government by volunteering his time serving on the newly formed Facilities Committee. Rich successfully led the committee to find short-term solutions to storage issues and continues to investigate long-term solutions on this issue as well. Rich is an extraordinary person who is always looking to improve his community. In the early fall, the Clarkston city manager suddenly resigned and there was no assistant manager to replace her. With no prior experience in city government, Rich volunteered to be the interim city manager while the city's elected officials looked for a permanent replacement. During his tenure, Rich worked closely with elected and newly elected officials to help ensure the city operated efficiently. He accomplished this by working 50 or more hours on a mere $100 per week salary, which he rarely accepted. Ultimately, Rich saw community need and helped in whatever way he could, whether it was ensuring the flow of government or fluid function of numerous community events, such as the Holiday Lights Parade, the Christmas tree lighting, or Shiver on the River. And for all these reasons, we congratulate Rich Little on being Citizen of the Year.
Rich, if you could come up at this time.
Good morning and thank you. I'd first like to thank the Selection Committee and the Community Awards Group. I know they spent a lot of hours on this because I saw some emails in the city offices way back last fall when they were starting to get organized, and so this event doesn't just happen, as was said earlier. It's a lot of work, and that's why it's done so well. I'd also like to thank the 6 employees that work at the village offices. They opened the door, let me in, adopted me, showed me how to do things, and they're a very dedicated and hardworking group. So if you get the chance sometime, just stop in and say thank you to them. I'd also like to thank Mayor Percival and some others at the village offices for placing my name forward for nomination for this prestigious award. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you, because what Clarkston is about, in my mind, is volunteerism and helping people help themselves and helping people get on their feet. And I know that this group, as I look around and see a lot of familiar faces here, these are the people that make things happen in Clarkston. And it's because of you that this is such a great place to live. The video here said 2015 when we moved here, but that was moving inside the boundaries. It took us that long to get into the village. We've been in the Clarkston area for really almost 40 years. My wife Vicki and I moved our family here right around 1980, and we've been involved in a lot of charities and organizations, from garden club to athletic boosters and a lot of things in between. Our sons, Matthew and Michael, are products of the great Clarkston school system. One is in aerospace and one's a lawyer, and so I think the Clarkston school system prepares people well for what they do and to be successful in life. We were transferred here for what was supposed to be a 2-year assignment, and we're still here, and we have no plans to ever leave. We've fallen in love with this town, and we plan to make it our home forever. I loved the job at the city. It was great fun. In my prior life as a business person, I worked all over the world in different countries, and so this was very different. It was local. I had a short commute. I could walk out the door, and 2 blocks later I was in the city offices, and never had to get in the car, never had to do anything. So very different than anything I'd done before. I learned a lot. I learned, for one thing, that the business people and the merchants in this town are brave and courageous and very entrepreneurial, and they want to be part of the solutions. They wanted to be part of working with the government and understanding where we're going and getting things done. I learned that there were kids at risk. We had some kids that did some knucklehead things in the Depot Park and other places, and we'd call them in and sit down and talk to them. And once you got their story out, you found out that they had some heartbreaking tales, and you know, they'd been kicked out of their house, or they were living with friends, or they were almost homeless. And so it isn't just by chance that kids want to be bad. Sometimes they're put in bad situations, and so there's a lot of room for volunteerism there to help them out. I learned that the township was a good partner. We shared equipment. We did a lot of other things through some crises and fires and other things that the township helped us out, and so we were appreciative of the kind of things they did. I found that there were seniors and some veterans that were kind of living on the edge, and there's room to help seniors and veterans here that maybe are in trouble a little bit financially or not sure what to do next, and sometimes all it takes is to just sit down and spend some time with them, and because they're lonely and they need some support from the community. I also learned that the Clarkston schools are a great partner. The Clarkston schools helped us with some facilities, things that we needed to do, but more importantly, they sent us some really smart students that helped us compile some spreadsheets and charts and graphs and things like that, that helped us see some trends and things in the community, so we knew what to do as a village. And for a village on a tight budget, the smart students were a welcome relief for us to get some things done. And finally, what I learned was that your harshest critic sometimes, when you're in a public job, can become your best ally if you give them a seat at the table. Give them a place to sit, give them a chance to say what they need to say. Don't get stuck in your own way of looking at things, and sometimes they can become very, very valuable to what you do, and we have several examples of that. So in closing here, I'd just like to say thank you again for everything that this award means to me. I know that this room of people does a lot in the community, and Vicki and I are just appreciative that you've included us in this group and let us be part of it. So thanks again for the award, and have a great day.
I think next year we need to put on our notes to have like a shopping cart for them to collect all their awards. Let's hear it again for Rich, everybody. Our next award is Business Person of the Year. Watch this video.
The Business Person of the Year award is sponsored by Clarkston State Bank. This award recognizes a local business person who contributes significantly to make this a better community to live and do business in. Michelle Robinson, Lighthouse of Oakland County, Clarkston. Michelle has always had an incredible heart for those in need. She is considered an army of one by her peers as she executes the mission and vision of the Lighthouse of Oakland County. Since 2001, Michelle has worked as a crisis resolution advisor for the Lighthouse's Clarkston branch, where she counsels up to 200 clients monthly. She works tirelessly to ensure that individuals move from crisis and instability to self-sufficiency and independence. Michelle has always been a source of inspiration for the many volunteers and organizations that work alongside her. They work with the love and passion she demonstrates regularly to deliver on the objectives of Lighthouse's many programs, including Focus Hope Fruits and Vegetables, Thaw and Meat programs, Adopt a Family at Christmas Time, and Emergency Food Services. In addition, she partners with Lighthouse leadership in Pontiac to make sure they understand the needs of the Clarkston community, from providing food to the hungry and toys and school supplies for children, assisting the elderly, all while participating in local community fundraisers. Michelle has always been an advocate for those less fortunate and continues to be a beacon of hope and inspiration to other business leaders. It is for all these reasons that we congratulate Michelle Robertson for being elected Business Person of the Year.
Thank you for this honor. I'm very humbled to receive this. Without the volunteers and the community support and generosity, Lighthouse Clarkston wouldn't be able to accomplish our mission. This award honors all the people who have made Lighthouse Vision a reality. Thanks to my friends and my family who have helped me on this journey, especially my husband, Mike. Thanks.
One more time, let's hear it for Michelle. Thank you. Next up is our adult youth volunteer.
The Adult Youth Volunteer Award is sponsored by Clarkston Dental Group Mercado Dentistry. This award recognizes individuals who have given their time, energy, and talents in a volunteer capacity to help our area young people. Dennis Hughes. Dennis is a Chrysler engineer whose nomination is an example of one of life's unexpected turns that turned into something grand. 21 years ago, a Clarkston math teacher wanted to start the first robotics team for her students, but had no experienced engineer to assist her. At the time, Dennis didn't necessarily have a strong desire to volunteer with high school students, yet he was eventually convinced to just participate in a one-day competition. Ultimately, he was selected to lead the program due to his competitive nature and expertise. Since that fateful day, he now has served faithfully with the robotics team, which we all now know as the infamous Team Rush. Dennis usually volunteers a minimum of 36 hours per week, training and inspiring the numerous members of the robotics team. He continuously emphasizes to take pride in your work, have passion, work together, and demonstrate perseverance no matter how difficult the challenge. Dennis is also a man with the patience of a saint when it comes to student errors, even when failed attempts result in a broken finger. Dennis's commitment to the robotics team resulted in a great highlight for our Clarkston community. He encouraged Team Rush members to pursue the World Chairman's Award, which they won in 2014, and now Team Rush from Clarkston, Michigan can be found in the Robotics Hall of Fame. And the recognitions have continued. Team Rush has won 2 state titles and a finalist placement. In addition to championships, Dennis also encourages his students to be leaders in their community and in the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math. Many have indeed pursued these career fields. Other schools in the Clarkston community have started similar programs due to Dennis's leadership. When asked why he does all this, he responded by saying, "It's all about the students. As soon as one graduates, another one comes in more interested and excited to learn. I just cannot quit because I don't want them to miss out on this opportunity." And for these reasons, we congratulate Dennis Hughes on being awarded Adult Youth Volunteer of the Year.
I guess I'd just like to thank my family for all their support, the awards committee for considering me, as well as I guess I need to thank Clarkston Schools for allowing me to come in and volunteer like I do. 34 hours is probably on the low side, I guess, of the amount of time that we actually spent. But, and I need to thank my wife for nominating me, and also for, like in the little write-up, dragging me into the program in the beginning, because now you can't drag me away. So kids are great. Thank you so much.
We sure appreciate our teachers here. Let's give a hand to Dennis and And next up is our Youth of the Year Award.
The Youth of the Year Award is sponsored by Coates Funeral Homes. This award goes to an individual who has given time, energy, and talents to improve our community. Addison Gale. Addison is a high-performing honor student at Clarkston High School with an extraordinary personality to match. She plays field hockey and is gifted in photography and art. Addison has always demonstrated an unbelievable amount of compassion for individuals that she feels society has neglected. During her freshman year, Addison had a desire to help teenagers struggling with mental illness, so she took the initiative and started an organization similar to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which benefits these teens. She and her partner named their project The Overlooked, as they felt this is indeed the case of teens suffering from emotional and psychological disorders. Despite numerous obstacles, Addison's project has become a government-certified 501c3 nonprofit organization. Addison's dedication to the organization has led to its continual growth and success. Her organization recently sent their 10th recipient to a concert. With outstanding teens like Addison and others, the future looks incredibly bright with them leading the way. And it is for all these reasons that Addison Gale has been selected as our Youth of the Year.
Hi, I would just like to thank Dr. Rock and Mr. Paddock, my physics teacher, for nominating me for this award. I would like to thank Mr. Paddock for allowing me to be myself and try new things that I never thought I would do in his classroom. And this is an amazing opportunity for me. I want to thank my parents and my brother for supporting me all the time and always pushing me to the best I can be. And I'm just very thankful. Thank you.
Very impressive. Let's go ahead and give it to Addison. And next we have the Beautification and Preservation Award.
Community Beautification and Preservation Award, sponsored by Building Integrity, Sun Structure Division. This award goes to an individual, group, or business that has made a significant improvement to the appearance of our community. Jim Bruick. Jim is a retired engineer born with a green thumb who has lived in Clarkston for an incredible 45 years. Upon retirement, he studied to become a master gardener and native landscape designer. His love of nature has led to the formation of many organizations dedicated to the preservation and enhancement of the environment. In addition, Jim serves on MSU's Extension Community and Extension Leadership Council as an educator on native plants. Jim has always had a passion for bringing native plants back to Michigan. This passion has been instrumental in the formation of the Clarkston Wild Ones, which helps educate people about Michigan's native plants. He drove the effort in the promotion and construction of many beautification projects in Depot Park, such as the Rain Garden and Children's Native Flower Garden. Jim is truly a friend of nature. Through his many environmental projects, he helps both the young and old on how to preserve their native habitat. He looks for any opportunity to make a positive change for nature. Jim truly is an inspiration to those looking to help make the Clarkston community and the earth a much better place. And for these reasons, we congratulate Jim for winning the Community Beautification and Preservation Award.
Thank you. Well, thank you, committee. Quite the honor, and thrilled to be here. Life is interesting in many ways. I recall many years ago, a neighbor said, "Jim, I think you ought to consider getting on the council, the City of Clarkston Council." I goes, "I don't know. You know, I'm working, got a full-time job." So I did accept that. I ran. I got elected somehow, some way, and I think it was the first meeting. A group came, and the River of Life group came and said they wanted to put a rain garden in Depot Park. I didn't know a rain garden from a cabbage patch, you know, to be honest. A rain garden. And somehow I got selected to be the liaison from the city to this group. And that very group, a lot of them are still here. Started out, they called themselves the Clarkston Watershed Group, and I thank them for they nominating me and supporting me, as many others as well. But the fascinating thing is, the story goes on, is that, so I started learning, well, what are native plants all about? Why are they important? And it started to kind of sink in. So, you know, the adage about you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I think they did teach an old dog some new tricks, some things I had never thought about, never heard of, and to better understand the role of native plants in our society and in the world. And in reality, I look at the native plants, a little lesson here, if you will, the foundation of our ecosystem, and it's what protects the biodiversity that we have and that we need to survive as a nation, you know, as people on Earth. So you think about it, those native plants evolved from the last ice age, some 10,000 years ago, co-evolved with the animals, and they have that symbiotic relationship that makes everything happen. How much of our product requires pollination for the food we eat? Probably 70%. Native plants provide a lot of those pollinators to do that job. So you can see they are a very important part of our world. And I use the example that think of the native plants and the biodiversity as the rivets in an airplane. Yeah, if you get on a plane and maybe it was missing 2 or 3 rivets, you'd say, yeah, okay, I feel pretty comfortable, because they really overkill those things, you know, over-engineer them. But if it was missing 100 rivets, you might think about getting on a different plane. So you think of those plants as the rivets of our world. You can lose a few plants can go away, become extinct, but you need to maintain a diversity so it supports our life. So, you know, back to the story, I got involved in it, I learned about the plants. I was still working. And then eventually I retired from GM. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with myself, quite honestly. And I said, you know, I kind of like these native plant deals, and I'm on a lake. I'm going to try planting some things down there. So that led to, I got a small business as a result of that the last several years, and it's been quite a rewarding experience. And so I really have enjoyed working in the city, the rain garden projects and other activities. It's really a labor of love. So I thank you for the recognition, and my family, which is here, well, not all of them, but a part of the family, for the support along the way as well. Thank you.
Give Jim one more hand. Next up, our Community Enhancement Award.
The Community Enhancement Award is sponsored by Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. This award recognizes a group, club, or service organization's year-long effort that enhance the quality of the Clarkston community. Boy Scout Troop 189 out of Calvary Lutheran Church. The Boy Scouts of America have a long historic tradition of training young men to be active and productive members of society. The Boy Scouts of Troop 189 at Calvary are examples of its finest. Led by troop leader A.J. Anderson, the boys of Troop 189 completed an incredible 892 hours of service to the Clarkston community and finished 8 Eagle Scout projects in a calendar year. With a total of 39 registered Scouts, their service is quite an achievement. Primarily, Boy Scouts learn about leadership skills and community service through numerous projects. Just to name a few, the projects range from the construction of standing desks and buddy benches for local elementary schools to the beautification of local parks and nature preserves, such as Depot Park and right here at Shiawassee Basin Preserve. The boys of Troop 189 are outstanding examples of the Boy Scouts' mission to build better leaders for tomorrow and should be proud by what they have accomplished in 2016. And it is for all these reasons that we congratulate Boy Scout Troop 189 on receiving the Community Enhancement Award.
There's a lot of them. My name is A.J. Anderson, Scoutmaster, Troop 189, Calvary. I'm not actually a master of anything. I'm more of a facilitator or a cajoler and guide. So these are the true leaders of all the projects and all the work that you've seen done. And I'd like to ask one of our leaders to come on up and say a few words quickly.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Jacob Porter. With my entire Scout Troop 189, we would like to thank the Clarkston Community Church for hosting a yearly event like this, and the Clarkston community for their strong support of Scouting. We owe this award to our parents and leaders for their encouragement and guidance, and specifically all the beneficiaries of each of our Eagle Scout projects for working with us as we plan, carry out, and report each project. We will use this award to remind us of what is achievable, show us that our community is what we make it, and help us know that what we do today can bring enjoyment to many others for many years to come. We appreciate this. Thank you very much.
And we were told there are no leftovers thanks to the Boy Scout troop today. Good job, guys. Just kidding, just kidding. Let's give the Boy Scout troop another hand. Great job, guys. And the final word today is the Community Collaboration Award.
The Community Collaboration Award is sponsored by Lewis E. Wint and Son Funeral Home. This award recognizes a collaborative effort by 2 or more individuals, groups, clubs, or organizations, including businesses, government agencies, and schools, to improve or enhance our community. Clarkston Cultural Arts Council. When it comes to art, it can be underappreciated and overlooked at times by many in different communities. However, the 2-year-old Clarkston Cultural Arts Council membership looks to change the perspective by bringing an artful presence to our community. The CCAC's mission is to promote and increase awareness and involvement in the arts for Clarkston and the surrounding areas. They are a non-discriminatory group designed to help nurture art in all its aspects, as well as encourage an artistic practice in people while collaborating with many organizations and local government. The CCAC is accessible to everyone, no matter what the level of artistic experience or abilities, and provides plenty of opportunities for the community to participate in collaborative artistic experiences. They are involved with Free Art Friday in Clarkston, Community Sing, and Easels in the Park. The CCAC teamed up with the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce's Young Professionals Network, and at the end of last year worked to create decorative wooden wolves to be displayed in Clarkston businesses. The wooden wolves symbolize the collaboration and support between the community and CCAC's artists and their craft. Ultimately, the endeavors of the CCAC show the artful presence of the creative genius that is emerging in our community. And it is for all these reasons that the Clarkston Cultural Arts Council has received the Community Collaboration Award.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Denise Lovelace Couture. I am the Creative Director for Clarkston Cultural Arts. We are a 100% volunteer-run organization dedicated to bringing a culture of arts in our community. We've just come off of our second annual Art in the Atrium fundraiser at the Gateway. That was a huge success. If you take a look around downtown sometimes at the corner of Walden and Main, and you'll see some art in the windows there, that's what we do. We're trying to bring more art to this community, and we've got easels in the park coming up during concerts in the park, so people can come and paint with us. We have Harmony in the park as well during the days. Classes and workshops, and something I'm very excited for, we're partnering again with the DIA to bring the Inside Out program. If you're not familiar with that, that's when the DIA takes reproductions of local works of art and brings them to walkable areas of a community. This year, we're also going to be bringing local artists to weave amongst them, which is a huge, huge step in the right direction in helping to bring not just the artists that we know with the Detroit Institute of Arts, but real live people that live in our community and bringing them to the fore and showing what they have. That's a really wonderful thing. We have so many people and organizations to thank that we're partnering with right now, and I had to write them down so I wouldn't forget. And I'm sure I'm going to leave somebody out. Well, first, thank you, Christy, from the Chamber of Commerce for nominating us for this. We have a fantastic board. Thank you to the Optimists, the Rotary, Independence Township Parks, Rec and Seniors, the Retailers Association, My Habitat Clarkston, the Chamber of Commerce, Clarkston Schools, the City of the Village of Clarkston, the library, and most of all to our family and friends, our tribe, for making all this possible. Thanks, everybody.
more time. Let's give the Cultural Arts. Also, let's give a hand to our special representatives today. Thank you so much for your help. Glad you're here. What a great day. Before we conclude, I just want to say a special thank you to all of our sponsors for the event today. Also for Julie Nemeth for being our video host on location. And we're told next year she's willing to go anywhere. All right? So let's get some creative nominations for those videos for next year. But thank you, Julie. Thank you, sponsors, for making this happen. It's been a great morning, and I just wanted to, before we leave today, you'll see some table tents on your table there, and we're encouraging you to read those and also give you an opportunity to sign up to serve right here in Clarkston. And if you turn to the My Heart is in Clarkston section, it also talks about taking some pictures, posting it on social media, making people aware of not only this event, but really what it means. And it's honoring people who make a difference in Clarkston. And so make sure when you take those pictures and post them to social media, you add a hashtag Where's My Heart. Also, if you have one of those QR code scanners, I encourage you just to scan this little code right here. It's going to take you to the volunteer warehouse where you can actually sign up to receive emails about ways that you can serve in the community. And it's great. I signed up for it, and you receive regular emails, nothing crazy, but it tells you this event is happening. We need so many volunteers. And what a great way to connect the community of Clarkston. Many of you are already a part of it, but if you're not, I encourage you to sign up today just to receive those emails, and let's go and serve our community in better ways. So we started off this morning talking about what makes a community great, and I believe it's people like you that make choices every day to live your lives serving others. It's believing in your dreams and believing that the God who gave you those dreams is big enough to give you strength and encouragement and all that you'll need to accomplish those dreams. Don't believe anyone who won an award here today went out to say, here's what I want to do. I want to do something so I can win a Clarkston Community Award. No, they simply, well, maybe some, I don't know. But I don't think so. But when they went out to do this, they saw a need in our community and they said, I can do something about that. They found a passion in an area to serve that they loved, and they stepped up and did something about that. So today, I encourage everyone here to dream big dreams. Think about ways that you can step out and have courage to do so. When you see an area of need or someone who needs your help and you can do something about it, do something about it. It's the small things that we do each and every day that make a big difference. It's truly not the strong powers that keep evil at check or make great communities. It's not the great big businesses or cool downtown area, although that's a really neat thing to have, and it's a great byproduct of great communities. Or it's not great commerce that makes a community great. It is the people living within that community choosing to love each other and choosing to serve each other. So let's continue to make our community a great one by looking for opportunities to serve, looking for opportunities to love, and to act out on those opportunities. Thank you very much for being a part of today, and we just want to just say God bless. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you back next year. And before we close, in just a few moments, I'm going to ask all the awardees to come up to the front, and we'd like to take your picture. We've got the news here and the Oakland Press, and we'd love to get your picture. But thank you again, and let's give a hand to all of our awardees. Again, thank you for being here. God bless. Have a great week, everybody.